Welcome back to another edition of Smart Driving Cars. Thank you for spending time with us once again. I'm Fred Fishkin, along with the Faculty Chair of Autonomous Vehicle Engineering at Princeton University, co-author of the new book, The Real Case for Driverless Mobility, Alan Kornhauser. Hi, Alan.
Hey, hi, Fred. Happy Memorial Day. Is this a holiday or is this just, another one of the work days? Whoa.
Well, for us, we're obviously doing some work, and you've had this really busy reunion weekend at Princeton, which has been terrific, I'm sure.
Terrific reunion weekend. Now we have to do class day this afternoon, send off the children and, have to meet their parents.
All right. You sound like that's a chore, but
No, it's not a chore, actually. Hey, some of them happen to have been my students. Oh, what?
Wow.
Yeah, I can't wait till the grandparent. No, never mind.
50 plus years there, right?
52, baby. And almost after 1:30 today, by 3 o'clock today, it'll be chalk it up.
Wow. Well, on top in the latest Smart Driving Car newsletter from Understanding AI, Timothy Lee writes, and there's a headline that says, on self-driving, Waymo is playing chess while Tesla plays checkers. He was comparing a fairly recent ride in a Tesla with FSD to his experiences with Waymo. He also says that Waymo's investments in San Francisco may be paying off.
Yeah, yeah, and it's Timothy used to be with our whatever another, and he's gone off to this to focus more on AI, and it was he's a very good writer, and I think very thoughtful articles here, and people should pay some attention to. And of course, I have to have some comments about things, but and I think it's really a great accomplishment what Waymo has done. There's no doubt about it. They are indeed playing chess, indeed. And as my problem with chess is it was just too hard for me. I looked at that mountain. I said, I can't climb that one. Although my neighbor over here, John Crummiller, is like, I don't know what grand champion who knows what he has. He has probably one of the world's best chess set collections. I mean, it's just phenomenal. Written books and whatever. He invites me over to have a glass of good wine every once in a while, and I go, geez, I can't compete with you. There's no doubt about it. But maybe I can play checkers, and maybe I can contribute. Maybe actually win a game or two in checkers. And I think with this, there's no doubt to in some realms it is really tough. But maybe there might be some realms in which it's maybe not so tough. But in fact, if you playing checkers makes me happy, makes my opponent happy to play checkers. You don't just have to play chess to be happy, I think. Because my chance of happiness were then like I'm done, no chance. So again, it's a very thoughtful piece and worth everybody's reading. And I just needling Tim a little bit, saying, hey, I'm just trying to play checkers. Anyway.
And that doesn't mean that what Tesla is doing won't be successful.
Or maybe, yeah, I guess I don't know. I mean, we know what we've seen the failures, and they're by the boards. We need some successes out here, and we're getting it. And again, kudos to Waymo, fantastic. But there may be also a few checkers games out there that it might be fun and deliver some value and some quality of life out of that too.
Speaking of that, the sixth Smart Driving Cars Summit takes place this week.
This week,
a couple days
here
away,
it comes.
This is going to be exciting.
Yeah, I think so. I think it will be. It's the people that are coming are really people that have been seriously trying to contribute to this, not throw, as we'll probably discuss a little later, Molotov cocktails on this stuff. I mean, at times some of us are super critical and maybe not too kind in our comments, but it's only to try to get to what seems to be some real opportunities with this technology. And and if one looks at what we've accomplished over this, and I gave a talk to some senior group yesterday, Sunday morning. I guess they all show up there. A bunch of them showed up because they're really good
You're not
bagels
talking.
and
You're not
cream
talking about
cheese.
Princeton seniors. You're talking about seniors, older
Yeah,
adults.
seniors. Yeah, who I was probably the youngest guy there, but I'm only going to be 39. So, I don't know what, but man, but it was, it's, there are real opportunities, there are real needs. And I can't wait to have Catherine Freund back in the room again to just repeat to all of us, the both the quality of life enhancements that being able to give some people rides who really need a ride does for her and does for everyone, and how challenging it is. And here we have this thing that might in fact be able to do it easily. And then, and I've become so inspired lately because some of the stuff that I've been working on for more than 10 years that to real to I think begin to look at whether or not this kind of thing could scale, could go on, just continues to reinforce to me that, my goodness, if we could only get the darn thing to work, um, this thing could actually really be doing some real good at scale in a lot of places. I was I was looking at the Scranton Wilkes-Barre corridor yesterday, section of Pennsylvania. Oh my goodness. You know, I can't wait to show it to Michael when he shows up at the house tomorrow. Look, I mean, your town connected to, but never mind. But we'll do that. That's what we're going to do at the summit. And essentially, all the people there are really people who are trying to roll up their sleeves and contribute in a positive manner to help this come to fruition. We've done a heck of a lot of investing. The McKinsey number is 300 billion or whatever the number is. Um, but but what have we gotten out of it with respect to societal value out of it so far? I mean, we can count on a few things, but I don't think when you start doing that addition, you get anywhere near 300 billion. And when you get to 300 billion, you're still at 1 to 1. What happened to the 10 to 1, the 100 to 1? Um, you know, so that's really that's what the focus is going to be, and I hope that everybody who attends and participates in this, is coming there to roll up their sleeves and work the problem, or basically tell us we're all screwballs and either it's not going to happen, get the hell out of here, go play golf, or hey, it's been happening, wake up. I don't know. We'll wait and see what people have to say, but that's the kind of session I think we will have, and I hope we will have.
Starts out the evening of the 29th, continues the 30th and 31st.
Right, evening 29th at my house right here, just to chit chat a little bit and meet whoever wants to meet. It's open door, so whoever shows up. Maybe you don't will show up. Who? I may not be able to get up in the morning if I consume all the beverage. Never mind.
Well, moving on to the newsletter, Alan. NVIDIA's CEO Jensen Huang did an interview with Yahoo Finance. One of the things he said, Tesla is far ahead in self-driving tech, and of course they are powered to a great extent by NVIDIA's chips.
Yeah, well, I guess the powering is the powering in the I don't know if we want to call it front end, back end, which in the estimation of the how you what the value of the knobs are going to be on this thing. You have any idea how many knobs you got to get to? Just I mean, you're and I think that that's what they're talking about is that in Dojo or whatever it is that Tesla is using to estimate their coefficients of the deep learning neural networks end to end with video in, just get a throttle brake and steering out real time. Boom. Um, I don't know. It seems that what it used to take was like 3 months of computing or whatever, some enormous number, whatever that is. It's an enormous number to come up with a set of half decent, settings on the knobs. And apparently now, I guess with the NVIDIA chips, they can do it in like 3 days or maybe 3 hours. I mean, orders of magnitude difference. And if you look at, my view of Dojo, 10 to the 18th floating point instructions per second, it just amazes me what some of this stuff can do to some of the things we're doing. Hey, maybe what I've been doing in general in my whole total addressable market analysis and simulation of these things is that Elizabeth said, is this like AI? Yeah, well, the computer's doing it. We just draw a box and it goes out and says, "Hey, yo, you should do it from there." And he too, and here, I don't know if it's Chat GPT type of AI, but man, is it interesting. Boy, does it start getting you to think. Which, of course, is I think if one looks at the whole value of the Chat GPT, and I guess for in education, the way that we should be looking at it is not as a way for kids to do their homework. It's for a way for the kids to maybe start their homework. You're clueless at the beginning of the start of the homework. This begins to give you a clue, and then you start thinking, and then you start modifying, you start learning, and you start asking, and you start evolving, and you start doing. Who, if it does that? So that's what our, total addressable market analysis does. I mean, you like zoom into central Western Pennsylvania or Eastern Pennsylvania, just boom, 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 and all of a sudden gives you suggestions of what you might do. And you say, well, wouldn't want to do that, but oh my goodness, right over there is Walmart. Who should go there? People might want to go there. Let's move it. At least that's what it does to me. I don't know what it does to other people. Anyway.
And we're going to get a good look at this once
Well,
again.
I don't
The
know.
latest
Good look.
iteration, I think.
You're gonna get a tease. Okay. Then maybe I'll patent it and then I'll sell it. No, whatever.
It will be at the summit. One of the things that
In part, maybe I don't know, or maybe we'll have better things to talk about, or the assembly of people, everybody coming has something good to tell. There's going to be a lot to learn. I'm going. They're going to shut me up, make sure I don't say anything. I'm going to go there to learn. I'm actually going to pay the registration fee, so I feel like I paid tuition.
terrific. Well, from Fred Lambert at Electric, Tesla finally releases autopilot safety data after more than a year. One of the things that we're talking about that NVIDIA's CEO was talking about is the amount of data that is pouring into Tesla here, which is what is giving them that leg up.
Well, it's amazing. It's nothing that any of us ever dreamed of having. I mean, what DOT went through to, I don't know, put 300, maybe it might have been 3,000 cameras in cars to try to understand what people actually do when they're driving. I mean, it was, I don't know when that was done, but it was kind of revolutionary in terms of, is that really what people do when they're driving their cars? And everybody thought when somebody would put a camera in a car that all of a sudden they would behave, and who the teacher's watching. I think maybe I'm not being fair to the researchers that did it, but they found out in like about a nanosecond, people they forgot about the camera. They were just doing what the hell they normally do. And then all of a sudden they go, whoa, is that really what's going on in there? I mean, maybe I'm overstating it, of course, but we learned an awful lot. This is 2 million vehicles or something. Not everywhere, but holy heck, a whole heck of a lot more wares. Might not be chess, but it's really super checkers. And out of that, not only all the crashes that are involved with that, but I guess the 30 seconds leading up to it and whatever's in there. I'm not even sure what's in there. I just would love to see what a directory of that data set are. Oh my goodness. And what you might be able to learn from that. Nobody nobody's ever been able to collect that before. No, I couldn't even dream of collecting it. At one point I wanted to make a really inexpensive GPS receiver that somebody would just put in their pocket, and they just collect tracks of where they were and be able to send that out to them. If the darn thing costs a couple bucks or something like that, just mail it out. How did we do surveys back in the day? We mailed out surveys expecting people to take notes and record what they did. So we had some idea as to what the heck people did when going from A to B or A's to going to do to D's. Can you imagine what we got back? I mean, even a small percentage we were happy. And then of what we got back, how close it is to reality, how much was nobody would, of course, make up the information. It was going to come back to the Professor Kornhauser. We can't. I mean, they have recorders on all these vehicles and collecting the data coming in. I don't know. Maybe that doesn't tell us anything, but boy, would I like to look at it and learn from it. And I've put it out for how long to Tesla? Please, I'm willing to analyze your data with my friends and family here at Princeton and dig into it and see what we can learn from it. Please give us access. But, if you give us access, we're probably going to write a book or something about what it might mean, at least what we think it might mean. We aren't going to release the data and we aren't going to give it to somebody else. Sure, you can put restrictions on that. No worry. Unfortunately, when you're in this bubble, the independence and freedom, as I guess everybody can realize from our podcast, we have no sponsor here, right, Fred? I mean, look, we're wearing the same shirts every time, right? Do we have pants on? Yeah, but barely. We aren't beholden, and that's both good news and bad news. But at least That's the way we come at this. I don't think, are we beholden to anybody, Fred?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I mean, enough people try to, chop my legs off. Um, yeah, is that good, bad, or indifferent? I don't know. I think it's good. Does somebody else think it's good? Everybody, we're all different. We all think differently. We all have, different opinions. Whatever.
From Teslarati, The Boring Company, another Elon Musk venture, has given rides to 2 million passengers in its underground loop in Las Vegas, and they're just getting started. This thing is really supposed to expand.
Yeah, if people go to the story, you'll be able to see the network that they've been planning out there. And when we talked to the CEO of the Boring Company when we were out there, 2 years ago and a year and a half ago at CES 2023, he sort of described what they were going to do beyond on the larger network, and it's happening. This is a monumental happening, to provide mobility from station to station, which, as I suggest, if supervised FSD can't do this one, you better, really emphasize supervised, because my goodness, this is because you're in a tunnel at least 98% of the time, except for when you might come out to be at the station, for which you can put enough barricades to make sure children don't chase balls there. If you can't do the safety thing there, if FSD doesn't work there in that checkers environment, that's not even checkers. That's, what's before checkers, whatever before checkers is, okay? Then you got, I mean, that we need a reset. But to do that, 50 some years ago, and for some as back as early as 1968, which you can really kind of take the whole concept of PRT, personal rapid transit, back to, maybe probably earlier than that. The whole concept was to be able to have automated vehicles go between stations and just give rides. And we made a proposal to do it in Las Vegas in 1975 with Roar Monocab being the vehicle. It would have been great. It would have been so great. We were proposing to give rides for free. How can you give rides for free? They'd say. Oh my goodness. All you have to do is put some slot machines in those suckers and let people play ride, but take the excess revenue out of that. You can pay for the damn thing. Almost. And of course, we thought that, every casino would want to have better mobility from the airport into the casino. And we could put stations right in the casino. People wouldn't even just come in there. They'd be playing all the way from the airport. As soon as they get out of the airplane, when you get out there in Las Vegas airport, the machines are as soon as you get out of the airplane. They were there, 1975, they were there. They were probably there in 1935. The strip wasn't there then, but all the way to the casino. Then you get in the casino. Holy mackerel, they take your money so fast. Throw you back in one of those, put you back on the plane, get out of here. Beautiful. How could we lose? Oh my goodness, we didn't realize. Last things casinos want, at least at that time, was good mobility. Because that mobility might be used for you to go, instead of this casino, go to the casino down the strip. as you, I don't know, my perception in every one of those casinos, you can never find the exit until you run out of money. They pick you up and they put you there. Okay. Actually, on the other side of the exit. And so we were, we were, we didn't, we looked down, there was blood all over the floor. We didn't even know that we had our throats cut. it was brutal, brutal. It was such a good idea. My goodness, it's happening now. They're building it. 50 some years later, they're building it. Whoa. Personal rapid transit starts 68 or so. Went through it. And I like to say, I always told the students, I'm carrying the 2 tablets, the commandments of personal rapid transit throughout the desert. I did that for more than 40 years. No success. We might finally be coming to the mountain. But there, sure hope there are no burning bushes and people, bending to idols and anyway. But kudos to them. It is. We always thought that you would have to put the things up in the air. You couldn't put them on the ground because you had to have cars and you had to have people on the ground. Absolutely never thought we could dig. Or the concepts of digging was, who knows how many orders of magnitude more expensive. Can't do that. I guess that's what they're doing. They're playing chess.
Understanding AI has another piece headlined, "The Ukraine War is driving rapid innovation in drone technology." So we're going from underground to above ground. Unfortunately, we're talking about warfare.
Yeah, but in warfare and all these things, if you look at some things, there's always the sort of the Goliath out there coming at you with my biggest LiDAR, and then there's Dave there, pew. There's somebody there, badoo, whoops. The guy's playing checkers. Ooh. I guess I've always liked to be I've always been more of a David fan than a Goliath fan. I don't want to suggest that chess is Goliath at all. Maybe, hey, it's a hell of a lot more elegant and takes a lot more intelligence than chess. But if you look at some of these other things, it doesn't take a lot of intelligence to do a Molotov cocktail. Ooh, talk to the Finns about that one. Ooh, I got a tank. Ooh, ouch. I guess I just threw that one in there because it's, whatever. It's the theme. It's the theme of this week.
From Bloomberg, autonomous vehicle startup takes off by picking off easier routes. And this one is about Gatik.
Absolutely. I mean, what, but then I read this one and I say to myself, well, I must be missing something here. Because I think that they've been doing this for a while. And what the article didn't bring out to me, I didn't understand. If in fact this elegant way to address this problem easily, I'm all about easy. Some of my colleagues think, I want to make my course hard. I want my course to be the hardest one at Princeton. And I look at them, what? I'm struggling to make mine the easiest one. I think there is enormous elegance in easy. There's easy. I'm all for easy. Why do I just want to make things hard? in the sense if it is easy, then but maybe there's not a market for easy. I guess. Because by now this thing, it should have scaled. I'd like to understand why it hasn't. Seems to me that if you create something for the logistics community that really helps give rides to non-people and get non-people from wherever to wherever, whenever. Non-people are, packages. I don't know, pick one. Whatever. Box, coal, oil, whatever. And you improve the way that that's done. Seems to me a lot of folks are out there running to you. I mean, it's what ALK was all about. And it's so nice for me to learn that ALK is really doing well within Trimble and all of a sudden growing. And son Michael's doing great leading it. But that's all about fundamentally improving the giving of rides to things that, of course, can't give themselves a ride. And man, it always seemed to me that if you had a better way for them for those things to move, that please, here. And it seems like they do have that, but I don't know what it'd be nice if we could get a hint as to what their challenges are and help them with their challenges. But maybe everything is so great they don't need help with it. I don't know, but I couldn't get that out of the article, and maybe somebody else can figure out and give me a clue. Call me, send me an email. I need an easy answer here. I love easy. I love simple.
Apparently, they've got something like 65 trucks operating, mostly with humans behind the wheel. I don't.
Yeah,
Maybe all.
yeah,
I'm not
and that's
sure.
fine. I mean, you have to do that piece in front of it, because if you don't, people are saying, "What are you doing?" They're uncomfortable, so you have to make them comfortable. The sociology of this thing is is really important, as we're all finding out.
One more reminder
Yeah.
for everybody, Alan, about the conference coming up, the summit this week begins Wednesday night, continues Thursday, Friday, and you'll be hearing a lot more about it on our podcasts in the coming days as well.
Yeah, and if you're in this space and you've been pulling your hair out trying to make something out of it, we'd love to have you in a room and help us try to work the problem.
The site for more info is smartdrivingcar.com. That's where you can find us as well. Also on Spotify, TuneIn, Apple, Google, Amazon, wherever you turn to for podcasts. You can find my tech reports at techstination.com. I'm Fred Fishkin along with Alan Kornhauser. Thank you for listening or watching. Please continue to stay safe and have a great Memorial Day.
Have a great Memorial Day. Thanks to everybody who got us here. We all needed help to get here. I certainly needed help. Whew. Number of people that carried me, whoa. Thank you.